So we've seen what inquiry-based learning is, but how do we actually go about planning a lesson? There are 5 simple steps. Step 1 is the orientation. This is basically your introduction to the lesson, and it serves 2 main purposes. 1, to capture the interest of the class, and 2, to explore children's prior knowledge of the topic. A variety of tools may be used to engage the class in discussion. Perhaps there is a video, image or photo that might interest the children. Perhaps an open-ended question or problem might get the class thinking. The more relevant the content of the orientation to the children's own lives, then the greater the engagement and interest of pupils in the lesson. At this stage, the teacher's job is to draw as much information from the children as possible. Good questioning techniques are really important here. You can scaffold questions to help the children reach the concept or topic you want them to explore, or help them delve further into their own understanding and knowledge. Here are some examples of simple strategies you could use to get the class thinking. Think pair share. Children think individually, talk through their thoughts with a partner, and finally share these with the class. KWL charts. Here we look at what is known, what the students want to know, and after the lesson returning to see what was learned. Clouds of wonder look at any questions students might have, while brainstorms are a great way to get all ideas, prior knowledge or thoughts about a topic on paper. Step 2 is the hypothesis. During the orientation, a lot of information is gathered. Based on this prior knowledge and information, there may be something that the student would like to investigate further. For example, questions may have been raised that students would like to find answers to, or a student may propose an explanation which needs to be further explored. This becomes the starting point for further investigation, a project or research. Step 3 is planning and investigation. At this stage, children may conduct an investigation, research for a project, carry out an experiment, or gather data to help answer the questions they have formulated. This will usually involve group work, collaboration, and assignment of roles. Here students can use a variety of tools to help them. These might be technology-based, using the internet, designing and creating, or using other physical tools. Step 4 is analysis and interpretation. At this stage, the children examine findings and data for solutions. Do the findings match what they had predicted? Did the students discover anything surprising? The students must consider how they will present their findings. Here the children have the opportunity to use cross-curricular knowledge or skills. For example, children may like to create artwork. Others may like to incorporate music or drama. Perhaps the students might like to incorporate ICT, or create video, or produce PowerPoints. Maybe maths could be linked with the use of charts and statistics. Finally, we come to step 5, the conclusion. Here children gather findings and conclusions. They may have created a presentation, an artifact, display, or solved a problem which they can now present to their classmates or the teacher. As well as presenting findings, it's important for the children to reflect on what they have learned, and to consider what went well or what didn't go so well. Let's recap. There are 5 parts to an inquiry-based lesson. 1. The orientation. This is the introduction which explores prior knowledge and hooks the interest of the class. 2. The hypothesis. This is the question or proposed explanation which becomes a starting point for investigation. 3. Planning and investigation. This involves researching data collection or experimenting. 4. Analysis and interpretation. Children analyse their findings and look for solutions. 5. Conclusion. Children present their findings to the class and reflect on what they learned.